Hey guys, it's Dota here. I was reached 200 subscribers and you'll have a chance to win these immortal skins. To join the giveaway, first of all, subscribe to our channel, comment down below, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell on because the winner will be notified in the comment. Good luck!
More kills per game in the history of the internet. We got a little bit of a mix-up here on the side of it. We're not sure where he's going to
dynamic in the way Optic can actually lane everything they've got, but Liquid were looking for the same level of flexibility. You don't want that being behind at the draft feeling at the very beginning, and both teams, they'll have to feel pretty comfortable with this. And you're thinking about the logic too, of why does the Abaddon pickup really work here? Who is it against? Who is it meant to shut down?
I think it's, from what I can tell, the first thing that the panel covered is this 5-man style, but I feel like Abaddon should in theory be a really good pick against Dark Willow. I do believe the one problem he has is I think you cannot actually, there's 2 rooms?
It's 3 for Liquid, 1 for Optic.
He should be fine. He can shadow roam TP, he's probably going to do that. Yeah. So, good start for Liquid, they get that extra rune. It's going to cost them a bit of regen there for GH, but they're probably happy with this. So Abaddon's Aphotic Shield, obviously removing these stuns, is really useful against the Wraith King. It's great against the Dark Willow, who has multiple ways of locking heroes down, but I do believe you cannot actually remove the Terrorize on yourself by activating your ultimate. You can, however, remove it on allies, if I remember correctly.
Of watching that top lane where 33 just gets harassed up by mind control. It's a level 1 searing arrow. The medic has finally arrived at the top lane, so Zaya's come up there to make sure this DK lane is safe. It's going to be secure for 33.
And just looking across these lanes, we were talking about how Optic can be flexible with their lanes, and I wonder which team feels like they got the better deal out of this. So Lich dual lane offlane is a classic. The panel was saying that Dragon Knight wants to play against the Clinks, so as far as that goes, that's good for Optic. Tiny against Alchemist is a Tiny favored lane in the beginning, but Alchemist ultimately will start getting his farm in the jungle. And then finally in the bottom lane, this Abaddon Weaver lane is actually a really old classic from years back. Gives Weaver that extra bit of tankiness that it's lacking. You send in the Weaver aggressively with Shikuchi, you have that buffer from Aphotic Shield to protect and deal damage. And we'll see how these lanes go for them.
Oh, Matoma's copying a fair chunk of damage.
So is PPD now. Abaddon has 0 armor, and he's playing without a stout shield, so that hurts.
At least he'll get a stick now, so actually there's not that much spam, maybe from GH to cause some problems. But how does Optic actually deal with the mid lane? We've seen Tiny versus Alchemist. I think Samel was the best example from the group stage where he just followed the Alchemist wherever he goes. Do you want that kind of level of aggression from CCNC, or is it on the rotation from the side lanes?
Well, what I generally like to say when Alchemist is in the game and it's a core, then it's an Alchemist game. He is the centerpiece of the game for both teams, really. You can't just leave Alchemist completely unattended. So first of all, you want CCNC to aggress in the lane. What Sumail did in the group stage was kind of extreme in terms of aggression, but in the right case, it can be great. Generally, what you do, though, is you bring supports in to try to contest Alchemist's jungle camps. You try to either steal them or kill Alchemist as he is farming them. But we'll see. I feel like CCNC as a player doesn't really have the same super aggressive mindset that Sumail does, however. So I would be surprised to see him starting to dive that tier 2 tower minute 4, like we saw Sumail do against Sunless earlier on.
PPD, they just want to trigger off the shield nice now. They're looking for that extra damage. GH has got it, but not enough. 10 HP, and PPD denies himself on the bottom lane. Does not want to give them that first blood.
Close call.
Real close, probably too close.
A little more charged up on that Shadow Realm, and I think GH had him, but he was worried that PPD was going to fog him in the trees on the right, so had to go for the attack there, and PPD with the quick maths.
The other intense lane's been up on top. Mind Control's been trying to harass down both Zai, but his positioning, Zai's been absolutely terrific. Always backs off, lets 33 take a couple of extra hits, and there's a lot of consumables left up on that top lane, so it feels almost null to this harassment damage that Mind Control does. Gets hit by Dual Breath, there's even less power. We're going to have another crackdown on bottom lane. The Bramble's in position, PPD will catch up on the 2, but GH copying a lot of damage. PPD again! 2 for 2 on the denial!
Oh, no.
Feels like they got something else. I can't care of the Bramble. There's the Briar Patch. Matoma's able to get the stun off. Weaver still with a decent amount of life thanks to the stick charge from before, but he's so slow. Half a second, he needed it. And he had it. Get the Shikuchi off and back underneath the tier 1 tower in relative safety.
It might not look that big, but Pycat popping that Bramble actually cost him so much regen. He's going to have to send out extra regen. Matoma Man obviously taking advantage of it, getting that Wraithfire Blast out, doing a lot of extra damage.
Koro rotates in towards the mid, just harassing down CCNC. They'll burn the south and they'll back out, but huge thing as well is like GH has had to walk all the way back to base. It's been the long walk of shame before he can return to the lane.
This rotation from Kuro from top to mid is very natural for him because he wants to check the 4-minute rune, and he just walks in. I'm not sure if he's trying to next level Optic here by pretending he warded. He didn't actually have a ward with him. Usually you do ward for that nighttime in the mid lane, but for now Kuro didn't have it on him. I would imagine it's flying out soon for their courier. As for Optic, nobody actually has a mid ward right now, which should be really important. You want to control these runes when you're tiny. You want to get this, for example, haste that CCNC has right now. One of the best heroes in the game to get a DD on.
Yeah, instead they got the ward down at bottom top lane, harassment pretty heavily into mind control. He's got the skeleton walk, so backs off. They're looking towards Zai. Kuro, he wants to land the frost blast. Got off cooldown right now, pops it onto Zai, but mind control is the 5-minute bounty runes as well. Watch the players rotate off. They need to get as much of this as possible. That's why bottom lane, Matumba's already fighting with GH, harassing into Pycat and PPD. They'll pull the entire creep wave along with them. So it'll only be a 2-for-2 trade-off unless Pycat really wants to commit. That's why they shield him up. GH can't find back. He doesn't have Shadow Realm available through the tree lines. Chikuchi comes off cooldown. GH has to pop the shrine. It's only just come up and they have the damage. This should be the first blood. GH needs to juke it out. Bramble in 1 second time. No more stick charges available. Pycat claims the first blood on what has been a very denied offlane.
And they're going to retreat back and grab this second bounty rune, so it should be a 2-for-2 split, it looks like. And yeah, Optic probably looking pretty fine here right now. They have a relatively big lead in the mid lane in terms of experience. CCNC almost a full level ahead against Miracle. Obviously net worth super inflated. It is an Alchemist we're talking about. You do imagine that Optic will want to try to counter Miracle relatively soon, and that's a bit of a question mark for me with their draft. Like, who's actually going to go and pressure this Alchemist? Your support duo is a Bad and an Io. So your cores, they have to...
Bramble, Pycap, he can't Chikuchi, he's got a couple of stick charges, raindrops will come back up and protect him a little bit of time, and then Chikuchi through the trees. Needed to wait as long as he could, so he actually got the charge off. Now GH actually gets hit by the swarm. That's enough to make him think twice about initiating. And Matumba wants to go in deep. PPD's really, really low. Can shield up. There's still 9 stick charges for Matumba, and GH with the attack. He waited perfectly until the shield exploded. And then hits with the Shadow Realm. And Liquid get on the board.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But they do, and obviously looking across these lanes, it is relatively even right now. So nobody in this game, and this is something about Liquid that I feel like separates them from other teams when you look across their games. All of their players seem to have a really good ability to carry any given game if they're in the position that needs to do it. They don't have, it doesn't have to be Miracle winning the game for them. Some games Mind Control takes over, some games Matumba takes over, and it looks pretty healthy for them in this game because all 3 of their players are in a position where they can be aggressive come the 10 to 15 minute mark. Both the Klink's Wraith King as well as the Alchemist will be online to be able to get some fighting going.
Yeah, especially if Alchemist can find a little bit of time just to go into those side camps. He's already got the double stack to work with. Zai in trouble, trying to retreat back up, so 33 had to land the Dragon Tail stun to stop Mind Control from beating into him, but Zai comes back in again. He's so low on life, 15 HP is still enough to survive, and they'll move over to claim that Dire Shrine inside the jungle.
It looks like Zai will take it alone. Obviously 33 doesn't want to give up any experience or
He doesn't have Shadow Realm, and he'll be okay.
As the panel pointed out though, the Swarm is a really nice skill to have against Dark Willow, especially in the, well, at all stages of the game really, just to be that Pestilence, prevent Dark Willow from being as mobile.
Because it still attacks too through Shadow Realm, right?
I do believe so. I mean, it definitely sticks. I do think the attacks go through as well, so you can't blink, but I'm not 100% on that. But yeah, Dark Willow definitely cannot remove it, and that is a very big deal. I do think the attacks...
Yeah, I mean, I'm fairly certain.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I had Fog during the group stage, and he's always a good, reliable source.
Yeah.
But so far, like, even with this early advantage, like, you've got the Alchemist getting a lot of farm in, and he's a 4.8k net worth. That looks great. But Optic still have 3 players contesting that top net worth position, and it's only 1k advantage for Team Liquid. 8 minutes in.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Miracle does look very healthy
Good
though.
scan.
He got out of this laning stage very well on the Alch. Had a bit of a hard time in the start, but he has the same CS.
CCNCs can just dive this anyway if he wants to. Zai can tether over. He just needs to find where Miracle is. Sees him in the tree line, but CCNC's haste room wears off at the wrong time for him.
Very good awareness.
Bottom lane, Matumba, not level. Actually, he is level 6, does not level up Reincarnation. He went 3-1-2. So no second life for him.
I think even if he had it there, he didn't have the mana. Yeah, nice kill. Grab for Optic. In the mid lane, CCNC putting some pressure onto Miracle, forcing out that chemical rage. So we'll give a short moment of opportunity to maybe try to go for a kill later on.
GH is looking to move up and change the balance of this top lane. Zai may not be ready for it. The Bramble throws down. Zai navigates it absolutely perfectly. CCNC's name with the damage of the Zai will be enough. Mind Control finds the kill as the Clinks with the Searing Arrow. And maybe now full retreat with CCNC arriving in the lane. This is not where Liquid want to be, but they've managed to split all three ways, and they're back out to safety.
And in the meantime, this is a free mid lane for the Alchemist. Miracle very happy to see this rotation off from the Tiny. He's going to make the most of it, actually claiming half his tower already.
Oh, Zai tries to TP in to take the creep wave off the tower. And CCNC does return, so Alchemist is happy with this, back into jungle farming.
Pycat on Matumba bottom. Bounty runes are about to spawn, so both of them want to be in range to contest. Oh, Pycat misclicked! Oh, he wanted to grab the rune!
In real trouble! No. Without that rune, he can't!
Oh, that's a blunder. That is a blunder. That was 100% unintentional. Wanted to click the rune, ended up clicking the Wraith King. Does not have mana for time lapse. And Matumba grabbing a nice free kill for himself there. Those kills are big. It's core on core solo kill, so a lot of gold. He claims all of the kill gold as well as the AoE gold on that one, 355.
And now you're starting to really move up in the world of net worth. 3,000 the advantage for Team Liquid. More space for Matumba on bottom because everyone's gone. The rotation in towards mid to help out CCNC comes up for nothing. In fact, Miracle just farms the lane, then moves back to the jungle. And he's already got himself a double stack in there ready to farm up. This is very problematic for Optic.
This Alchemist last pick is working out very, very well for them. I imagine the way Liquid planned this when they went for this last pick was that they looked at, yes, we will be facing a Tiny. However, can they actually invade us very easily? Since none of the supports have significant damage or lockdown, they probably felt like even with a slightly losing lane matchup, Miracle will be free to farm for these next 5 minutes and get a lot of items. Who's going to gank him? Your Dragon Knight going to come over there? Maybe Tiny and Weaver together could combine, but
they have the opportunity at least because he's going for a straight Radiance build. So that Radiance should be up by the 13-minute mark. Matumba in real trouble on bottom, still doesn't level up that reincarnation. Now he does. He's got the mana available for it and a pretty damn big army. They slow him down. Kuro will TP in over. Pycat made his break to the tree line and they've got help. CCNC is in the neighborhood and now, well, with the Kuro Lich ulti bounces up to PPD. He will die as well. It reaches far enough, and with a Curse Crown, CCNC's having a hard time getting away from Matumba. Just slowed up. GH can no longer help. Pycat was too much on him, so Ishikuchi's down to the trees. But GH, he jukes it out, goes to the right side. Pycat's still got another chance because the Swarm flies through. It doesn't latch on GH, however, so Ishikuchi's down. There's the Curse Crown. They keep the stun going. Pycat time lapses off before the damage can arrive, and with the Bedlam out from GH, Pycat just has to Ishikuchi himself away to the other side of the creep wave to safety. Maybe not all the way. Matumba wants to hit him a couple of times, but he is in relative safety. Maybe with CCNC arriving,
trouble, though.
Avalanche is going to arrive with the toss by Captain PPD. All three combine together to bring down Matumba.
But look at the space. 12-bit Radiance.
He relocated in behind, almost at the tier 2 tower, looking for the retreating GH.
Optic need to... They just need to up the pace here. They can't keep playing at this pace. Miracle's getting way too much. You see him already showing up with this Radiance. This has got to be... There's also the mental aspect of this, right? You're playing on a big stage, you're playing an important game, and you see a 12-minute Radiance on Alchemist. Yeah. You need to start game planning now, like, okay, this is a problem. Like, what is our solution? And I think if you just play slow, go for a couple of lane picks here and there, and just let Miracle farm, this game only ends one way. Alchemist has played so many games like this. And you look at the late game counters, which is another thing. Like sometimes, yeah, you can give Alchemist a bit of space. You know, it's all right. We've got some of those late game carries that are really good against Alchemist. And this game is like nobody who's going to kill this guy.
Yeah. If they had that late game edge, then yeah, maybe this would be a better position. They could just continue to do what they're doing, which is hunt everybody else. Zion's in trouble. Just came up for a little bit of a ward mission. And Matumba as well as GH just lock in control. PPD, tether away. Zion wants to survive. The Curse Crown's still going to connect. And Kuro will pop him. Just letting that Chain Frost go, very liberal with it. Matumba's not done. Blinks forward towards Abaddon, but he's done. Borrowed time is available for Abaddon.
He was hoping to proc that, but just didn't get under the damage threshold of 400, so PPD will have that available. I believe we're looking at a smoke here, I think. They want to go and make a move on the Alchemists.
Exactly what's happening.
They can't keep waiting. They do have a good aggressive ward, so this is the Weaver as well as Tiny combining. You know what, I'm not... Okay,
is this enough?
That's what I'm wondering. He has stick charges, he has strength treads on.
They don't even have a slow, they don't have a control. It's like, see, CNC has it, the avalanche and toss Miracle. He stuck around long enough to actually come in range of that high ground, but Chemical Rage starts to wear up, and GH and Kuro nearby. They're there to support him. PPD caught inside the bramble, but he'll be fine. 33, he's actually hiding in the middle of like the entire lane as Mind Control and Matumba were looking for a kill on him, but that early Shadow Amulet's going to allow him to survive, and yeah, that wasn't intentional.
Power's still there, but not for long.
I don't think Liquid saw it, but if they did, PPD is a very easy grab right now for 50 seconds. No borrowed time on him.
33's TP down to the bottom lane. Optic want to change the point of attack. They want to try and find Matumba, and man, he blinks over the swarm. Pycat saw him go. They'll create a small little army. But with the Dragon Form 33 arriving on bottom lane, this is now tower taking time. This is going to restrict the map of Team Liquid. But that's why they look for the rebuttal. They've got Clinks, the king of killing tier 1 towers.
Yeah, Mind Control's just having a blast, honestly. He hasn't really had to move much.
He's got a high net worth of any of the Optic players.
Oh, Matumba went for the bounty rune. This is going to cost him.
Pick him up, throw him down. Matumba did not have reincarnation mana. It was off cooldown.
Yeah, I think he purposefully didn't get enough mana there. He could have sticked to have it, but he didn't want to die twice. So now he at least has his ultimate when he comes alive. He knew he was way out of position there. Getting the bounty rune is still a huge win, though. He is on the Alchemist team, so even sacrificing a core to get a bounty rune or two can be worth it.
33 is using the end of his Dragon Form to try and force in the mid lane, but CCNC attacked up by GH with the Bedlam. He'll go back in towards Roshan. Thinks about the Terrorize, but he's buying time. Alchemist, Concoction, doesn't want it. Actually blinks away before throwing it. That means CCNC. Oh no! He thought GH was going to walk up the ramp.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Oops. Mid lane pressure. Acid Spray will slow this down. Fortification going to do the same type of thing. Kuro, the Chain Frost, it bounces down, and it just continues to work with the catapult against CNC, but he's tanky enough, is he? Not with Concoction. Zai is doing the best he can to keep him alive, but now gets caught in the bramble. It caught 2 heroes. Now the TP out from 33. He'll have the time because there's no more stuns available. So Tiny as well as Io will pop, borrowed time. PPD's got it, 2 seconds until shield's up, and he doesn't have that time. Pycat does the best he can to keep the mid lane continuously pushing in towards that tier 1 tower. 68 HP, that's worth a denial. I
love this build from Miracle, by the way. We haven't really talked about this Blink Dagger on Alchemist. You did point out he blinked backwards once. Most of the time when Alchemist has a good start, we see them going for this very snowbally approach where you get the Radiance, then you get your next item such as Manta. But in this case, going for the dagger, realizing, well, I'm actually strong enough to just win fights, so why wait?
33 found the perfect target. GH was just sitting in the tree lines. It's only a level 1 Dragon Tail stun, but it was enough. Pops the Dragon Form and ensures the kill.
And it's at this point you look to Optic and you look at, okay, what's our solution for Alchemist? Can anybody get a Spirit Vessel here? Io has the urn, but looks to be planning for a Glimmer Cape. And the problem that I still see is Liquid will have these tanky cores, Alchemist, Wraith King, and even the Clinks with Death Pact. All of them will have ice armor. In the Optic Gaming lineup, do they have the oomph to get anyone down? Well, maybe now.
They'll try it now. The Observe Board saw Miracle, and with the Swarm on top of him, Miracle's losing armor real quick. Puts down the Acid Spray, but they bring down the Beast.
Biggest kill on the map. Alchemist is top net worth. He's on the leading team. And these kills are worth so much money. How much did they get for that kill?
537 gold into Zai.
Yeah, they got 1,000 in total, and Miracle lost 400. So that's a 1,500 gold swing, just that one kill. And you want to look for that Alchemist. It's the Diffusal reveal from the Weaver that gets the job done.
GH and Mind Control looking to wrap around the bottom. They don't have Bramble available at the moment, so finding a kill is difficult, and you're fairly certain Zai wants to do a relocate gank onto somebody. But the only place they really have to go is potentially top lane.
Yep. Mid tower is already claimed, bottom is claimed, so Optic needs to find their next objective. They found it.
Mind Control, they're still relocating into the tree lines, actually cancels it. Zai does not want to bring everybody in, and with that Pycat, he can time lapse. PPD freed him from the GH curse, but then PPD, how many times count his way? So unlucky, but he still wants to try and fight it off. He doesn't have the borrowed time available, so PPD will end up falling, but Pycat's the bigger one. Chikuchi up, he's still dusted, but he'll get up the hill and far away. So PPD, we know the 5 positions have it hard, but that is just brutal.
That was pretty funny. I think that was 4 bounces in a row where there was 1 or 2 secondary targets it could have hit instead, but it kept jumping to him. I mean, in a way, maybe he was happy with it. You know, I'm in on my ulti, so I'm getting healed from it. But the slow stacking is really, really a problem.
Yeah, but he did his job, right? He saved Weaver from terrorized.
The right thing, for sure.
Yeah. Big pickup and a big too, where you want to have that Abaddon. It's that saving grace. Like, we've seen a couple of oracles appearing, but Optic shield makes it very difficult for Liquid just to focus that target with disables and just pop them. But they're still looking very good, Team Liquid. 9,000 gold advantage. The Manta Sound just got completed over a Miracle. Optic Gaming need to... You said amp up the tempo. It's still... Can they amp harder?
Well, I'm looking for Miracle to amp up the GPM. My prediction was 1k plus GPM.
That'll be good.
That still hasn't been done, I think.
No, it hasn't.
We haven't
the
been
entire
there.
group stage, it hasn't.
He's on the way. 815 GPM on this Alchemist right now. Bounty runes are about to spawn, and Optic in a good position here to claim at least 2 of them.
Oh, Mind Control is ready to fight on bottom lane, but Tumbakura, GH, they're all coming in. The bottom tower should be taken. They see 33 over in the tree lines. He'll need a Shadow Blade right now if he's going to survive, and he is invis. They're revealing with the dust. PPD turning around. Optic shield gives him a little bit more life to begin with. They get hit by the Bramble 2 times over, and that's already triggered his borrowed time, so DK will fall. Abaddon will follow through, and Team Liquid tier 2 tower is gone. And maybe more. Zai so low on life. The Radiance Burn got him. The Acid Spray was ticking it. And Miracle just walks by and gets a drive-by kill onto the Zai.
That Alchemist on it.
That's a lot of weight to move from foot to foot.
He makes it look easy, and then he makes it look easy.
And now they're going to go for Roshan 20 minutes in. It's not like Miracle's got enough money already. He's already staring down the barrel of an Assault Cuirass.
Yep. What's the GPM at now? 837, so gone up 20 since we last looked at it. What Optic did manage to do there was at least to grab 3 bounty runes. It's really important against this Alchemist to grab these runes. Things could be looking a lot worse right now. They did also get the tower.
Going after Matumberman with this Diffuser Blade over on the Weaver. Matumberman getting this ulti off is just impossible. So when they can isolate him like this, Optic know they have the kill. The cost is, of course, the Aegis, the Immortal, and it is on Miracle.
And it did seem like Liquid planted him down there as a distraction.
So, Mind Control triggers off PPD's ulti again. CCNC's nearby. Avalanche starts. He's finally going to try and get rid of Kuro. No, he can't. The raindrop protecting Kuro so well. So CCNC, he can't finish the job. He's tiptoeing around the Bramble. He wants to go again. Blinks off cooldown in 4 seconds time. They don't know Kuro's in the tree lines, but now they know where Mind Control is. Dragon Tail stuns up from 33. He came under the cover of Invis. Pycast there too. With the Sentry Wars down, there's nowhere for Clinks to really run off to. Or is there? He's still got the Swarm on him in Mind Control. He's actually got the distance. He's got the speed. And he's away.
Only Sentries on PPD in that situation, and that doesn't cut it for that kill. And you know what, Toby?
What?
Space for Miracle. He's just farming. He's up to 870 now.
Let me
keep the tally going.
My space created. Copy, paste, bind.
Yep, pretty much.
And Miracle has practically got the AC.
Yep. He's getting really, really big here.
And BKB will be coming in soon for 33. He needs a little bit more time to farm this one up. I don't know if they can really keep up with the other cores, however.
Yeah, Pycat is closing in on his too. I think it's a good approach here. Optic need 2 things. They need BKB so that they can stay alive in the fight against all this magic damage and focus fire. And then they need a solution for Alchemist. Those are the 2 things they need.
Pycat staying nearby for the tether, but it will not happen. They have more than enough control through just Matumberman. They didn't even need anything else for that. And now they find 33. Farming up Ancients, Kuro will slow him down the Frost Blast, they Sentry and Observer, and 33, the TP out. Perfect way to play it. There is no more stuns available.
Chain Frost? The sound is nice. It follows all the way.
Tanked, like a boss. Tier 1 tower's now going to be brought down. Liquid, they're ready for this push. The Assault Cuirass has just arrived. So, yep, 23 minutes in, 20,000 net worth. Normally it's pretty good when a team can go with that kind of net worth per minute, but having the Alchemist this big, these BKBs will allow Optic to survive, but it will not allow them to kill. And they're TPing over. Zaya scanning up. Highcat wanted to know it was going to be safe, trying to get into the back lines. As the front lines attack, the swarm is really good. His mind control, his Kuron, that's why CCNC focus him. Concocted stun into the rear. They're looking for the kill onto Zai, able to claim it. So there goes the medic. And then reincarnation. Wraith King gets back to the world of the living to Bramble. It won't catch anyone from Optic, neither does it terrorize. Two huge whips, and Optic have an opportunity with these control factors gone and Chemical Rage timing out. Optic will look to turn this. They've already mentioned nuke down GH, CCNC, sacrificing himself to do this. With none of that burst damage, Optic just have to stay inside their base and fight illusions. They can't even fight the real stuff.
And you still have the second life on Miracle in this situation. The Aegis was burnt. Still, that's the kind of fight that we're looking for from Optic, right? They activate this BKB on the Weaver. The Dragon Knight will have one relatively soon. And, well, it looks like Zai is indeed working on that Spirit Vessel. However, he has to play around a couple of additional problems right now with both the Menstal and the Aegis. It's a step in the right direction. Optic, they have to just hold on and try to get the items that can bring him down.
He's got the Vision, the Observer, and Sentry, but it's kind of the worst target for him because he can't instantly kill it off, and they really would have preferred the DK. But PPD, 8th death in this game. He is half of Team Liquid's kills.
Did you see how fast he died to the Clinks there? That's some serious minus armor stacking. The AC, Clinks as Deso. I'm not sure if PPD was in an Acid Spray as well at the time, but you add those up, it's like minus 15 armor. But what armor do they even have on their side? It takes away pretty much all of Tiny and Weaver's armor.
Miracle, get Amanda, try and actually, well, use the illusions to get rid of the bug as quick as he can.
Liquid got 3 runes.
Yeah.
Toby, you gotta keep your eyes on it, man. That 1,000.
My eyes are watching.
We're almost there. I'm
watching mid lane. Zai comes in. He's trying to think he's under the cover of Glimmercave, but the Sentry Ward was already down from Liquid, and it is the ultimate trap. Mind Control and Miracle combo with the rest of Liquid. 5 heroes mid, ready to push.
Holding this without Dragon Knight is really difficult. He's going to have to buy back if they want to try to defend these middle barracks. They might just be giving them away. Dragon Knight buying back when he's this close to BKB is really, really annoying.
Miracle's hunting for another kill. PPD, is this going to be your 9th death of the game? Technically, it'll be the 11th. 2 of them were on his terms. Miracle. Chemical Rage, he's trying to taunt his way out. There's only got another 2-3 seconds left on it, so he'll run back out through the mid. The tower is gone, so they can attack into the shrines if they want to. It's the toss back. They're getting Miracle in real deep. The
he lost Aegis.
Perfect, and without the Aegis Immortal, with it being timed out, Miracle can be brought down. Matumba's trying to help him out by coming in closer. The Pycat runs through him. A huge kill, 703 gold worth of a kill, and they're charging forward. CCNC with the stun. Wraith King, he's got 21 charges. Does he want to burn it? Does he want to try and come back to the world of the living? Maybe not, because 33 can't even run away. He'll dodge the stun into the Shadow Realm, and he did actually burn the reincarnation. So Mind Control turns around, trying to take the fight side. Oh my god, this is not what he wants to be in. And Mind Control, he's got himself a double kill. Miracle opened up.
Beautiful
and just
bait.
Brought down Pycat. You thought it was Optic's fight for a moment.
Beautiful bait. He buys back, has the Boots of Travel, comes in. They overcommit on Matumba, man. And with these 2 heroes dead, Weaver has to buy back to try and defend this. And Miracle feels pretty good about buying back here. In case he does die somehow, what are the odds that Optic can get down a lane and actually start dealing structural damage with Liquid having this much map control at this moment in time?
Not a lot, and they still need to have the sustain to come in from Zai, but Mind Control is just being given one task, make Zai's life a living hell. Both of these supports, you actually see how much they've been focused. 8 deaths on Zai, it's 9 deaths on PPD. They're not even worrying about the cause, they're worrying about the sustain that Optic can give their cause. Delete this, then the cause are an easy thing. We get to see that one moment again as Miracle. Happy just to beat down through the melee racks, and this toss back actually put him in a real rough position as the Aegis timed out.
This is pretty much perfect what Optic did there. They could not have made a better play than this exact one. Tossing the Alchemist as Aegis expires, and still, again, there's so much in the bank. Liquid have so much leeway because of the huge advantage that they have, and Miracle with a great planned play. They had a lot of time to plan this as well, Liquid. Keep it in mind, that kill on the Wraith King took so long that they could communicate, all right, if they overcommit, I can buy back and come back in.
It's a bait. It's an ultimate bait. It's just the illusion. Now the real team of Team Liquid come through. 33. He did break the smoke almost instantly, thanks to the fact that he was there.
Miracle, you don't have ulti?
But they're jumping over. Miracle, he jumps in close, but then the space created with Terror Right, and Chain Frost. All the damage that Team Liquid need to win this fight. Pycat 33, they just don't have the extra teammates. Pycat, he wants this kill, but he can't even play Miracle. Denied. Pycat into the trees. They'll get the stun out, and Optic, they're all dead. Tribute LD.
It takes some confidence to go in there as Alchemist without ulti. You really need to trust in your team. No!
They call it.
984!
They call it. He's so close to getting him, but it won't happen. The Team Liquid have it. Game 1 against Optic. It looked close. It looked good.